And it's time for another matchup in the first round of the Cheap Lager Championship. Let's have a look at the table. So here's the table, and we're in the bottom half of the first round now. And if you remember from last time, the Carters beat the Amstel there in a, I don't think it was that close a competition. Just thought that the Carters tasted better. I can't remember if I knew which one was which, but there you go. The Carters has gone through now into the quarter-final. Still not sure if any of these beers are going to be replaced by the Excelsior that I said is going to get a place in the quarterfinals, but we will see how these beers are that are moving forward. Now, the beers in the second half, I think, have been better than the beers in the first half, looking at it, so we'll have a see how the ones today fare. And as you can see from the table, the ones we are having today is the Biere de Luxe from Asda and the Foster's from Foster's. This one was from Asda. So there we go. We've got Foster's, we've got Biere Deluxe. What can we say about these? So Foster's, it's 440ml can. It was 4 cans for about £4.60 or something. I know. 3.7% ABV. So that's going to be full of flavour, isn't it? Let's face it. The Biere Deluxe is 4% ABV, and it was 4 cans for just over £4, I think. So it's not that cheap, but 500ml cans though, so bigger cans. What can I say? There they are. Biere Deluxe, Foster's. Let's get them poured into glasses and let's get going. Okay, beers poured, and here they are. Bigger head on this one than this one. They're both giving me very similar kind of soap bubblesy heads. But yeah, there they are. Now, I've had these out of the fridge for a bit, so they're a little bit warmer. I'm sick of drinking these ice cold, because ice cold they've got no flavour whatsoever. So I thought I'm going to give them a bit of a fighting chance. This is going to make it a bit harder for the Excelsior to stay in the competition, I think, because now these beers are going to taste better because they're not as cold. So it'll be interesting to see what I can replace with the Excelsior. I really don't know what's happening at the moment with the Excelsior. It might have to replace the cores, because these ones in the bottom half, they are giving me a bit of flavour, which a lot of the ones in the top half weren't. But anyway, I don't know. I've not got particularly high hopes for this Foster's and Biere Deluxe. I don't know which one's which. Rivington glass, Budvar glass. Let's tell you which one is which. So this is which one's which. Okay, that was which one was which. Let's look at them. They both look the same. This one's got some more bubbles coming up to the top than this one. But they are, yeah, they're, pale straw with a bit of amber, like these beers always are. There's not much else I can say. I'm going to start nosing it. There's not really much to say about these beers, really. Very generic. Say generic lager taste smell, but actually there's a bit of something in there, actually. That's not smelling atrocious, that. Whichever one that is. Smelling quite malty. A little bit fruity. Yeah, interesting. Interesting smell there. A bit malty, a bit fruity. A little bit rustic, dare I say. Let's get the nose in this one and see if it smells different. And that's got a bit of smell as well. That's smelling a bit off. That smells better than this one does. But again, a lot of time the smells are good, and then the tastes, something happens. But I'm thinking because these are a bit warmer, they're going to have a little bit more flavour. So we'll see. Yeah, that one's a bit malty. That's malty, but there's a little bit off there. But there are some kind of orangey smells there. In there as well, a bit of marmalade smells. To be honest, them both smell alright, to be honest. They smell alright, and they have got a bit of a smell. I don't know. Does how cold a beer is affect the smell as well? Have I just been drinking the earlier beers too cold? Am I going to get some, dare I say, some taste out of these two beers? Oh, I'll find out in a minute. Let's get swilled out. Okay, here we go. I'm going to see if I can get any taste out of this one, because some of those beers in the first half I had to fish so hard for any kind of taste, and it was painful. So let's have a see. Let's go in for this one. Cheers. So this is just sweet nothingness. There you go. So whatever beer this is, all I'm getting is sweet nothingness. It's sweet, it's very sweet, but there's nothing else. Nope, nothing. Weird, you get so much from the smell. And then the taste, it's just watery. Yeah, there's nothing there. It's just sweet. No bitterness. There's just sweet. Little bit of biscuit, a bit of wafer. But no, there's not really anything there. Okay, let's try the other one. Going in for this one now. Cheers. So that kind of rustic maltiness is coming through a bit on the flavour. There's a tad of bitterness there, but not much. A little bit of marmalade taste there, but there is bitterness. There's no competition. There's no competition. But I think this one, which is going through, may be the one that might pair up against the Excelsior. So I may do a taste test of this against the Excelsior to give the Excelsior a chance to get back into the quarterfinals. So far, I don't know what the bottom two are going to be like. But that having been said, I can't remember what I said about the Carters now. Maybe I'm jumping the gun though, because that does actually have a bit of flavour. That one does actually have a bit of flavour. Bit one-dimensional, bit orangey, not amazing flavour. Let's give this one last chance, and then we'll find out which ones they were. But yeah, high sweetness, low bitterness, nothing else in there. A bit of bitterness, not as sweet, and there is a little bit of malty character there, a little bit of flavour in the beer. So a little bit of flavour, no flavour. This one's going through. I'm thinking this is the Biere Deluxe, just because I remember Foster's just having no flavour whatsoever. Biere Deluxe, Foster's. Come back in a minute, and we'll find out if I was right. Right, so I'm back, and yeah, so a bit of a nothing really. Yeah, that was the Biere Deluxe. Yeah, this was definitely Foster's. I mean, come on. Quite possibly the worst of all the lagers. I mean, you know, I'd add it a little bit warm, give it a fighting chance, try to get some flavour out of it, but it's bad. It is bad. I don't really know. I mean, Foster's, Carling and Carlsberg, I wouldn't know which one was worst out of them, because the Carling was awful, and I don't remember. I don't know about the Carlsberg, whether I thought there was something there, but it wasn't as good as the Budweiser. So that means that Carlsberg's best, but I think I said that had no flavour. All I know is Carling, Carlsberg and Foster's are the worst compared to almost anything. If you don't count the Morrison's Continental Lager, which I think is probably the worst actually one I've done in the whole championship. These three are the most expensive beers in the competition, really. And they are the pretty much three of the worst beers in the competition as well. Which a lot of people say, well, I could have told you that at the beginning. Yeah, I know. But when you're comparing this to beers that are like £2.20 for a pack of 4 and stuff like that, and these are £4.60 for a pack of 4, I mean, come on, this is twice the price of Ashfield Lager, and I would choose the Ashfield Lager any day of the week over it. So there you go. So Foster's, yeah, it's gone. Don't have to drink you again. I'm so pleased about that. Right, Biere Deluxe. Yeah, interesting taste. And it has actually got some flavour there. See, I don't know whether the flavour is just because it's not ice cold. And I may have been a bit hasty saying this might go up against the Excelsior, because not the Excelsior. Yeah, it is Excelsior, isn't it? Against the Excelsior, because it's not that bad actually. There's a fair bit of malty character in the flavour on this. And compared to the quality, it does have a similar flavour profile to some of the other ones I had, but it's a little bit stronger in the flavour profile. Maybe if Carter's was like 4% instead of 3.4, maybe it would have more flavour. But yeah, but they do this in the small bottles as well, the little sort of stubby bottles, and it does taste a bit like that. It tastes like a fairly decent stubby beer. When you used to get them, because you used to get like little stubby bottles that were like 2 point something percent. You used to get other ones that were closer to 4 or 5%, about 4.5%, 4%. And this does taste like what those bottles used to taste like, and you can get this in the little bottle form as well. So this is really putting a stubby bottle in the mix and seeing how it would fare. And I think most other beers in stubby bottle form will probably taste similar to this, because it does have a similar kind of flavour. There is quite a bit of malt in them kind of stubby bottles. But it's got quite a bit of flavour. The flavours, they're not quite balanced as well as I would like, but it's not bad. So there you go. I mean, he won hands down against the Fosters. It's going to be hard to try and find somewhere to put that Excelsior. But I'll wait until I've finished the first round. And I think, if nothing else, it might have to be the Cause that is replaced by the Excelsior. I don't know. The Excelsior is definitely going to have a place in the second round, because I think as I'm drinking more of these things and my palate is adjusting now to beers that don't have as much flavour, I am tasting more things from these beers. So hopefully my first half of the competition is not null and void, because even then I wasn't tasting much, I could still tell which was better than which. But hopefully the quarterfinals I might actually get more flavour out of some of these beers than I was getting before. Maybe my palate is adjusting to these really weak lagers. And that's not bad. That is not bad. I'm actually enjoying drinking that. I'm enjoying drinking that. I think if it was a bit colder, I'd enjoy it even more. It's got a bit of a flavour in there. It just reminds me of drinking little stubby bottles in the sun. And it's nice. It's all right. It's nice. I said it's nice. It is nice. I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it. This I'm oh my! It's just, these are like two different beers. The gulf between these, it's almost like drinking an Augustina and a Biere Luxe. That's almost the difference between Augustina and this is the same as the difference between this and this. That is what it is. It's crazy. This is just awful. It's absolutely awful, and it's awful compared with these, 4 pack for £4, and available in stubby bottle form as well. Yeah, flavours are a bit off, but there is flavour there. It does taste lagery, and it's not bad. So there you go. Possibly a bit of a contender. And I know the Feldschlossen in the next thing is going to be a contender as well. So if these end up meeting each other in the next round, that will be interesting. There is a bit of sweetness that is kind of knocking me a little bit sick as I speak, after drinking a fair bit of it. So that will be a downside for it. It is a little bit sweet. But it didn't taste sweet because compared to that stuff, it is not. But this is a bit sweet. I'm rabbiting. The Biere Luxe is through. One more of these first round matchups to go. Hopefully the quarters will be more exciting than this. If there's anything that I'm really not looking forward to drinking in the quarters, the Excelsior has taken its place. Simple as. That's it. That's all I've got to say. Not doing any more. Until next time, have a good one.